The Public Service Union rejects government's latest offer ahead of Thursday's negotiations. Cuban engineers arrive here on a village road improvement mission, and an island-wide survey by the Division of Agriculture into low citrus production. I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this. First up, the Dominica Public Service Union is not prepared to accept government's latest offer in salary negotiations when the parties meet on Thursday. Public officers are being offered a 0% increase for the first year, a one-time payment of a full month's salary, and a 3% salary increase in the third year. This is government's third offer in salary negotiations for the 2015 to 2018 triennium. In April, government offered a 0% increase for the first year and a one-time payment of 50% of 1 month's salary. It was rejected. Prior to that, government offered a wage freeze, and it was also rejected, while the union presented a counter-proposal for a 15% increase.
We have indicated to government that we cannot accept that proposal. We are hoping that when we meet on Thursday at 2:30, there will be a further review of the opposition, following which the union will call a general membership meeting to give our members a briefing of the status of negotiations. We are looking at 2015 to 2018, and you have to understand that we are in the last month of the triennium. Come 1st of July next month, that is next month, 1st of next month, we should be negotiating for a new triennium, or a new triennium rather, starts from 1st of July. That is as early as next month.
He expects government to present a better offer, and apart from salary increase demands, the union is also negotiating for non-salary benefits.
Well, the non-salary benefits, we are asking the government to make a contribution, for example, towards the medical insurance premium. We have a group medical insurance scheme, and we are asking government to make a contribution, I think $30 every month, towards the premium of the members of that. We have what we provide medical loans to our members, that is beside the insurance that they are in. We provide medical loans to them. We provide student loans to our members, and we also provide payday loans to our members, so they have an emergency, they can come here and can receive some loans. So we are asking government to contribute, to make a contribution towards those projects that we have.
The union says it is also concerned with the lack of work-related evening transportation for nurses. Other top stories now. 4 Cuban engineers are currently on the island assessing and making suggestions for improvements to Dominica's village roads. This as Cuba expands its level of friendship to Dominica from primarily health into other technical development aspects. A technical cooperation agreement was signed between the governments of Dominica and the Republic of Cuba in December last year for 4 contractors to visit the country from January 2017 for approximately 1 year.
In January, 4 Cuban engineers have been here in Dominica working to design roads, bridges. So they have a lot of work to do here. So I have been in contact with them and also with the ministry. So we are expecting that they will do a great job in the coming months.
Following the team's stint here, recommendations will be made to government on how to improve its road structures.
The problem is that, you know, the roads in Dominica are between mountains. So in Dominica, it's a country that it's raining almost every day. So this sometimes cut the road, and they had to find a better way to avoid this. So they are working on it to find the best solution to offer their experience to Dominica and to do some job in order to avoid this.
Roads were first assessed in the community of Cochrane. The team of engineers since moved on to another community. Dominica and Cuba officially established diplomatic relations in 1996. In other news, the Discover Dominica Authority to seek further input on how the staging of the Jazz and Creole Festival can be reorganized within Fort Shirley to accommodate the growing crowd. Chief Executive Officer of the DDA, Colin Piper, is adamant the main stage event should remain at its original venue within Fort Shirley Cabritz National Park.
We opened up the place and still seems to be packed, so I guess that's some indication that we've done okay, and especially with the weather. For the first time in 8 years we've had inclement weather at Jazz, but yet the patrons came out, which is a testament to how they feel about the event. So I guess I'm pleased at this point in time. Pleased more so for the hard work that the folks at Discover Dominica, DFC, Ministry of Tourism have put into this.
Piper says his vision is to see the turnout and the quality of the festival improve.
So we're looking at where's the best place to stage it within Fort Shirley as the crowd continues to grow. So that's one of the things we'll continue to look at and see how we can get some input on that.
Meantime, the Minister for Culture, Justina Charles, is encouraging local artists to step up their game to land an opportunity to perform at the island's signature festivals. Charles' comments came as she attended the Jazz and Creole Festival, which she agrees has grown tremendously.
It's very encouraging that at least people have gotten to claim ownership of this festival and has really come out every year to give it that level of support that we require in order to continue the program. And the artists are really doing a splendid job in terms of the level of performance. We just saw Michael Henderson, and that was marvelous. It was tremendous. We want to encourage our artists to continue to develop their production so that they too can reach at that level and perform at the various. We have the Jazz Festival, we have the World Creole Music Festival, we have regional festivals, we have international festivals. So I really want to encourage our local artists really to embrace the opportunity and to bring out the rest. And even we as Dominicans, when we come out, we must give that level of support to them.
Charles says she's impressed with the staging of the event.
I think also the attraction is the whole ambience of Fort Shirley, where people come in and think it's also a time for family fun, where they can come and relax, sit under the trees, look at the sea, and and just enjoy the natural beauty of the place. That too is very, very encouraging. So I really want to encourage persons to continue to give that level of support. And as I said, I want to really commend the organizers of this show and hope that as the years go by, we can pick up on the floors and try to improve every year so that our people can go and enjoy our festivals.
And a regional organization representing the interest of administrative professionals has advised its members to put the maintenance of their good health first. The Caribbean Association of Administrative Professionals held its first-of-a-kind workshop focused on health and wellness in Dominica on Friday.
In selecting the topic, we came up with a number of different aspects that we could address. But we chose health and wellness because we know most times administrative professionals were the backbone of any business place, and we normally always take care of the boss and the office. But we figure we need to do something for administrative professionals to inform administrative professionals of how they should care for themselves. If we as administrative professionals, we take care of ourselves, then we're able to function properly in the office. So health and wellness, and if you realize, lately a lot of organizations have been focusing on health and wellness. So we figure, okay, it's time for the administrative professionals to take care of themselves, and hence this workshop on health and wellness.
Facilitators included Pastor Casmus John, who discussed the spiritual well-being of administrative professionals. Cosmetologist Pearl Fontaine Butler advised participants on their outlook and appearance, while pharmacist Carlton Lando discussed their physical health.
They are what makes an office function and function very well. So if their health and wellness is not up to par, then everything else that they do falls short. So I think it's really important that our administrative professionals really take the time to, one, enjoy their life. I mean, work is a part of life, but enjoy it and also take care of themselves. Their health is vital. I mean, health is wealth. And I think when you look at it from that perspective, you tend to understand and value yourself even more.
You are watching Channel 5 News. Coming up, the latest on the red-eye outbreak and Plans for Reunion 2018. Thanks for staying with us. The Division of Agriculture is putting in place the machinery to carry out a broad-based island-wide survey investigating the low citrus crop production in the country.
Plant Propagation Officer with the division, Joseph Blanford, says there may be several reasons behind the decline in production, and an informed survey has to be carried out before blaming any one factor. The division had completed its citrus certification program in 2010 in response to the citrus triticea virus affecting citrus plants around the island, but primarily in low-lying warm areas. Following the creation of triticea-resistant varieties, over 35,000 plants had been distributed to farmers island-wide. However, Blanford says what is on the market does not reflect the plant stock distributed, hence a survey needs to be done to determine the reason for the low citrus production.
About roughly almost going to 7 to 8 years since we have established the citrus certification program. Having distributed 40,000 seedlings, at this juncture, you would expect to see a lot of fruits on the market, and that is not so now. And although we cannot conclusively say that is because of the citrus greening disease coupled with the citrus triticea virus, they will play a part. Yes, certainly, they will play a part. But we just at the juncture of conducting a survey where we'll be able to evaluate conclusively what are the underlying causes why we are not seeing the volumes of fruits present on the market, both for export as well as availability on the local markets. Because there are a number of factors that can contribute to that. Lack of care, maintenance in the field, not following the recommended practice in terms of planting, predisposing the plant to disease, all of those things are factors.
The citrus greening disease, which was confirmed on island approximately 3 years ago, is also of grave concern to the division, as there is no plant-resistant variety for this disease, which has been spreading in warm areas.
At this moment where we are seeing the spread of the citrus greening disease, especially in the low-lying areas, from the ministry standpoint, we have not conclusively taken a decision as yet, because we are still meeting, so I cannot at this point in time speak and say, yes, we have taken a decision on it, but in terms of reviewing whether or not we consider the distribution of planting material to those low-lying areas, it is a matter that we have to give serious consideration.
The distribution season for triticea-resistant citrus plant stock will open the 3rd week in June, and Blanford has words of advice for farmers who want to purchase this stock but have farms in citrus greening affected areas.
They still want to go ahead and do it. They've got to ensure that they provide the tree with proper nutrition that will help it to stand up to that particular disease, one. And number two, they should enforce a strict spray application program on the trees that would kill any vector that would be on the tree to prevent it from transmitting the inoculum to that particular plant. And thirdly, I would say that the farmers, we need now to understand that we'll no longer have a citrus lasting us a citrus tree lasting 20, 30, 40, 60 years as before because of those particular disease.
Also on the cards for the division is an awareness campaign to sensitize farmers on how the vector for citrus greening travels around.
On to health now, where the national epidemiologist, that's Dr. Shaladin Ahmed, has confirmed some cases of viral conjunctivitis or red eye in Casa Bruce, St. Joseph and Grand Bay Health districts. Initially, the Ministry of Health released a statement indicating that the affected areas were Roseau, Marigot and Portsmouth health districts. Dr. Ahmed said on Wednesday he was not in a position to provide statistics on the issue, but he did encourage prevention. Hand washing is essential, as red eye is mainly spread through hand-to-hand contact when hands are not washed after contact with infected eyes. Avoid crowded areas, sharing towels, using other people's sunglasses and eye makeup. The chickenpox issue is not a major concern at this time, as there are only 1 or 2 cases here and there. That's why the Ministry of Health is not considering the chickenpox issue an outbreak. Field investigation and community level education are ongoing. And organizers of the 2018 reunion say they are pleased with the feedback so far following a radio simulcast on Tuesday, inviting ideas from Dominicans for a reunion theme. Chairman of the Independence Committee, Raymond Lawrence, is on the special committee appointed by Cabinet to oversee the staging of Reunion Year 2018. Selecting a theme and logo for Reunion 2018 are priorities for the committee.
I find the general public very, very enthusiastic, participatory. We had a simulcast involving 3 radio stations and people really participated, so we're happy about that. And we are soliciting themes as well on DNO. We hope to go to some of the other radio stations. And we're asking people to, if they want to just write the theme and submit it to the Ministry of Social Services, they can as well. Our deadline is the 9th of June. So we're encouraged by that, and then of course we will compile the list and do a short listing, and then Cabinet will have the final say on the theme for Reunion 2018.
The chosen theme should not only be inspiring and patriotic, but catchy and resonate with the masses.
We said that we try to ask people to keep it short, so you don't want a very long theme. If people remember the last reunion, our theme was celebrating the journey together. Very short, very appropriate. So something along those lines, something that is constructive, positive, that helps to build and not destroy, and something that helps to unify people, because that's another theme of reunion, is bringing people together, gathering people together. Of course, it doesn't have to have all of the elements. If it has 1 or 2 of the elements, that's fine. But something that when people hear it, right away they can identify with it and they can rally around that theme.
Next year's reunion celebrations will commemorate Dominica's 40th anniversary of independence. The year-long event is meant to encourage tourism, promote cultural, economic and educational activities, and help strengthen national identity and pride. And London-based jazz guitarist Cameron Pierre has expressed interest in collaborating with local artists. Pierre, a Dominican by birth, made his debut on the main stage of Jazz and Creole as the headline act in 2012. He returned on the lineup in 2016. He said his third performance has opened his eyes to possibilities of working with more Dominican talent.
On my last album, I had Michael on there. She did 1 track on there. In fact, that's the second time I've done stuff. She's worked on my CD, and I'm sure it's going to happen. I mean, I'm really keen on working with Joy Stout. I think she's a fantastic singer, musician, and then Jade as well, you know. But she's got breath, so I won't bother them. But I'd really love to do some stuff with Joy. Yeah, she's probably gonna, if she sees this, she's probably gonna send me an email. But yeah, I'd love to.
Pierre acknowledged that he has seen an improvement in the quality of the local acts.
In the last 5 years, the emergence of talent here has been really, really fantastic. And it's good to see, because I've always been, over the years, you know, really been down on the stuff that's been happening here. I've been really critical, and I've had a lot of stick. I've had people send me all kind of emails, call me, tell me I'm bashing Dominica and all that. Oh yeah, well, I stand by every word I've said. But in the last 5 years, it's coming together. It's like this big jigsaw puzzle is falling into place.
What was your impression initially?
My impression initially was I felt our musicians were lazy.
He recalled his first experience while trying to seek avenues for collaboration.
A couple of years ago, I on this forum, I raised this question about, the question I asked was, why is it I can go to St. Lucia now and get 2 musicians and go and do a gig right now? I can go to Trinidad, I can go to maybe Jamaica, and I can't do it in Dominica. I wanted to know why is it I can't do it. I just felt our musicians were lazy, in the sense that they weren't taking advantage of the tremendous facilities that the internet, you know. But now it's changing, and what's fueling the change for me is the church. A lot of the young musicians are coming through the church. It's happening in the States, and it's happening in London, and it's happening here. So, and I'm really excited about that. Not excited about the church, I'm excited about the musicians.
That's news. Your sports highlights next with Kenny Williams. First up in sports, expectations are high in the West Indies women's camp ahead of the ICC Women's World Cup, which runs from June 24 to July 23 in England. This according to Shakira Selman, the West Indies right-handed fast-medium bowler, following a recent training session.
Honestly, it would be great if we could win a 50-over World Cup and add it to our T20 championship. I think we've been playing 50-over cricket for a while now, and it would be great to prove to everyone that we are good 50-over players as well. Of course, the people back home, the fans back home are expecting us to do well in this World Cup as well. But we can turn it into good pressure. It's good to have the support from the fans back home. More people are finally paying attention to us, and I think that can help us, that can actually motivate us in this tournament.
She says taking on England on a home turf will be a challenge.
I think England will be a very big challenge at home. You know, most teams have home advantage. I think the English players have done well. They've beaten the last series back in the Caribbean. So I think they will come in with an advantage, but we're ready for them. Of course, we have our captains, Stephanie Taylor, Diaz, Haley Matthews. Marissa has been in very good form for the last couple of series. We expect a lot from her. But I think a lot of players could step up this tournament and actually surprise the opposition.
The full squad reads Stephanie Taylor, captain, Marissa Aguilera, Renice Boyce, Samilia Connell, Chanel Daly, Deandra Doughton, Afi Fletcher, Kiana Joseph, Kishona Knight, Haley Matthews, Anisha Mohammed, Kadeen Nation, Akira Peters, Shakira Selman, and Felicia Walters. The Windies' first assignment will be against Australia on June 26. On the basketball scene, Thursday night will be the time for Division I basketball, with 2 games carded for the St. Joseph Hardcourt in the 2017 Flow DABA League. The first match will be an encounter between Digital Clouds and LA Knights, scheduled for 7. The second tips off at 9 p.m, where St. Joseph Hurricanes will be looking to defend their home turf when they play host to Carrie FM Old School. Next up, Director of 767 Sports Entertainment, Dunson Maggie Peters, says he hopes to have Legends of Other Sports on show at some point in the future. Peters recently launched Legends of Football on the weekend, which got rave reviews.
The next event for 767 Sports Entertainment is the basketball version of that. Yeah, because we did it. It was done before a couple of years ago when I was in the basketball, the basketball association, and you know, it was nice. It was great. But we want to do it even greater, sit down and plan it like that and put, you know. So that's the next one, trust me, the basketball. But the football will come again, and the basketball is already in the planning. And hopefully other sports can come on board, volleyball, netball, all these things. And we can do it for all sports, you know. It'll be beautiful. So we can recognize the past players, give them the recognition they deserve.
He says the playoff round of the 2017 Flow DABA League will be ideal to host Legends of Basketball event.
We have to sit down with the DABA, the president and them, and the executive, to find out when will hopefully the playoffs, you know, we'd like to do it around at the end of the basketball season. So it's like part of the DABA whole scheduling, so in the playoffs when everything is hot and hype, we can add that to it, so that will make it even hotter, and you know, it will benefit a win-win situation. So that's the timing we're looking at. So we're going to sit down, find out where the league at right now, when it's going to be ending in terms of playoffs, you know, finals around that time there, so we can incorporate it in that. That will be the timing.
Next up, the Gold Coast 2018 Queen's Baton Relay comes to Dominica between June 14 to 17. The QBR is a unique symbol of the Commonwealth Games, which is scheduled for Gold Coast, Australia from April 4 to 15, 2018. Its journey connects the 71 Commonwealth nations and territories. The QBR started at Buckingham Palace on March 13. The baton will arrive at Douglas Charles Airport at 3:15 p.m. on June 14. The welcome ceremony will incorporate a local cultural performance and culminate with a cocktail reception at the Dominica State House. Day 2 will commence with meeting the nation's president, followed by a run through the Botanic Gardens, an active run with participants from various national associations, Special Olympians, and schools. Day 3 will celebrate Dominica's nature and youth and will feature an island tour. DOC executive will escort the QBR delegation to Douglas Charles Airport on the last day. The baton is expected to travel over 70% of Dominica while here. And now we join our friends at the Met Office for the weather report.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I'll be your presenter for this evening, Farah Rock-Curre. Earlier today, a trough system was a dominant feature which affected weather conditions. What we see is lingering high-level clouds across the area. Now, earlier visible satellite imagery confirms the presence of these high-level clouds. What we also see is some shallow, low-level clouds to the east of the Lesser Antilles. There were some showers for the earlier part of today. However, some earlier radar imagery taken approximately about 3 p.m. local time indicates a reduction in shower activity across the Lesser Antilles. The weather tonight is expected to be fairly partly cloudy, slightly hazy and breezy with some scattered showers, and we can expect similar conditions tomorrow with maximum temperatures expected to peak up to 32 degrees Celsius. Small craft operators and sea bathers, please do exercise caution. The sea conditions tomorrow will be moderate and waves are expected to peak up to 7 feet. Let's take a look now at the 3-day forecast. Well, as you can see, breezy conditions expected for the entire 3-day period. Fairly partly cloudy skies, slightly hazy conditions with some scattered showers expected for Thursday and Friday. And on Saturday, a tropical wave will be in the area, therefore increasing cloudiness and scattered showers is expected by the afternoon. Let's take a look now at the Caribbean forecast. Partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some showers expected for the northern portion of the islands, whereas fairly partly cloudy skies with a few scattered showers expected for the rest of the islands of the Lesser Antilles. Let's take a look now at the international city forecast. Well, blistering temperatures expected tomorrow for the city of Beijing. Fairly partly cloudy skies expected for New York and Caracas. Thunderstorm activity expected over in Miami and some cloudy skies with some rain expected across the city of London. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:34 a.m. and will set at 6:35 p.m. For more information, you could always visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Join us tomorrow evening for your next weather broadcast. Thank you for listening.
To end the news, the headlines again. The Public Service Union rejects government's latest offer ahead of Thursday's negotiations. Cuban engineers arrive here on a village road improvement mission, and an island-wide survey by the Division of Agriculture into low citrus production. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. To our viewers around the world, thank you for watching.